Welcome to Mountain Brook Farm. My name is Wade Belter, and I would like to talk to you about a Holland Lop litter that we have. The dam of the litter is Mountain Brook Chandani. She is a blue-eyed white Holland Lop doe, and the sire of the litter is Mountain Brook Natsume, a blue-eyes Vienna marked chocolate sable magpie Holland Lop buck. We have 4 kits in the litter, and first we're going to start looking at this kit here, who we have a surprise to discover that it's Tricolor. Previously I thought it was Magpie, the last litter check that we did, because I couldn't see the orange or the yellowing that was coming out on it. But now that the hair has gotten longer, you can see the color, full color on the shaft of the fur. So you can see that it is tricolor. You can see the orange. So we have a black-orange tricolor Holland Lop doe. All of the kits in this litter are does. There's 3 blue-eyed white does and then 1 black-orange tricolor doe. And she has color on her eyes and no color on her ears and no butterfly on her nose. And she has a good amount of color on her back for being minimally marked. She is Vienna marked. Kits that are born out of a blue-eyed white generally are Vienna marked when they are in a situation like this, being broken and having this percentage of white on them. They would be Vienna marked. So once the eyes are open, well, actually the reason why she's scratching so much is because I opened the eyes. She's 13 days old, and by 13 days they should start to be opening, and the kits had at least one eye that was open. So I just helped him along and opened up the other eye, or in this case I opened up both of them. They should start to open their eyes between 10 and 14 days old. But my next litter check will be next week, and I don't want them to have their eyes closed too long and then be at risk of getting nest box eye. So I thought I would just go ahead and help them along right now. Our breeding objective with Chandani and with the sire that we used is to create chocolate tricolors, and this is a 2-step process. We need to create carriers because Chandani herself is not a chocolate carrier. So these kits are now chocolate carriers. All the kits in this litter are now chocolate carriers because the sire of this litter is a chocolate magpie. So if you breed the kits to chocolate, they will produce chocolate, and that's my intention, is to create chocolate tricolors. So this kit here, who seems to be the best candidate, will be used in our breeding program for tricolor. So because these guys are broken and they're tricolor, and they're chocolate carriers, if you breed them to a chocolate magpie or a chocolate Japanese or chocolate Harley, you're going to get chocolate tricolor. That would be the outcome. Working with the broken gene or the tricolor along with the Vienna gene is challenging because you get minimally marked kits. However, you do get a unique color pattern. If you want more color coverage on your kits, try using some clean lines crossed in the breeding. Use one parent that has no Vienna, and you may get more color coverage on your kit. Typically in tricolor breeding programs, they do not use Vienna. I think they pretty much avoid using Vienna in the breeding. For my chocolate tricolor project that I'm working on, all of my breeding rabbits are Vienna, and it will be interesting to see the end project outcome. I would like to try to get some color on the ears and try to get a butterfly on the nose along with the eye markings. I think that if I could do that and then have some body color, I think I'd be sitting pretty good. Here is 94C2, a little blue-eyed white doe, and she just had her eyes opened, and so she's scratching at them a little bit. So a blue-eyed white is a rabbit that is genetically another color. So because the sire of this litter is a chocolate magpie, and the dam of this litter is a blue-eyed white, but we've already confirmed that she is a tricolor. So we know that the kits in this litter are going to be tricolors, because when you breed a tricolor to a magpie, you're going to get tricolors. You could also get Japanese, or you could get magpies. But tricolors are pretty much the outcome. So it's a good assumption to presume that the blue-eyed whites in the litter here are going to be tricolor. We will confirm the identity of the genotype when we start breeding. We'll never fully know exactly what the genotype is, because we'll only know what the rabbit produces, but we'll get a pretty good idea. When you know the parents and you have the full pedigree, it is helpful because you have a better idea of family history. So that is the big help there. So when we look at a blue-eyed white, we see a white rabbit with blue eyes, and we haven't confirmed that the eyes are blue yet because they look dark, but I've been breeding the sire and dam, and I know that they're going to be blue. It'll be confirmed within the next few weeks, but for now we're going with the assumption that it's a blue-eyed white. And when you look at a blue-eyed white, you see a white rabbit with blue eyes, but it's not genetically a white rabbit with blue eyes. Genetically, it could be a tricolor, it could be a chocolate, it could be a blue rabbit, it could be a black rabbit. We don't know what it is genetically. The only way we can find out what it is by looking at the pedigree to see what the parents are. And even then we don't know what it is. The only way to know what it is to breed it with another rabbit and see what it produces. And even then we don't know what it is. We only know what it produces, but we keep narrowing it down to find out what the genotype is expressing and giving us the best idea of the genotype that we can see. So right now we have quite a bit of information on the rabbits in this breeding, because I've been breeding the dam for a while, and the dam was a blue-eyed white that came from two parents that had color. She was out of a broken blue, and she was out of black Japanese. And when you have a broken blue and a black Japanese bred together, that's how you get tricolor, is by breeding broken to a Japanese or Harley. That's how you get spots, is by doing that. And that's how I got my first tricolor. And my first tricolor happened to be a blue-eyed white. So I pretty much know that the dam of this litter is a blue-eyed white, because I've been breeding her a lot, and I've been able to narrow down what she is producing and have a good idea of what her genotype is, both producing and have identified that she is a tricolor. So whether I know she is a black rabbit or a blue rabbit, I still don't know that information. But I do know that she produces dilute, as well as and that she is black based. I do know that. So there's just information that we get, and we just keep narrowing it down. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get chocolate rabbits, chocolate tricolors. That's the whole purpose of this breeding project, is to get chocolate tricolors. And right now I have tricolor blue-eyed whites, and that are chocolate carriers. So if you breed them to chocolate, they should produce chocolate. And they're all does. When you're working with the blue-eyed white, you're working with the Vienna gene. The blue-eyed white also has Vienna marked rabbits and Vienna carriers. They make up the Vienna gene. Vienna carrier and Vienna marked rabbits will produce blue-eyed whites when they're bred together. In Holland Lops, blue-eyed whites are an acknowledged variety, and you can show them. The Vienna marked rabbits and the Vienna carriers, the Vienna marked rabbits are considered faults, and they're disqualified if they're shown, and if they see the faults, then they're disqualified for the faults. Blue-eyed whites are showable. Good record keeping is a must in a rabbit breeding program for so many reasons. There are so many dates and details that are important to keep in mind and remember to preserve your bloodlines. But when you are working with the blue-eyed white and the Vienna rabbits, the Vienna carriers are very important to record, and the Vienna marked rabbits, in order to preserve your clean bloodlines. And we've reached the end of our video. I hope you've enjoyed following along with us today, and we look forward to seeing you next time. We hope you've enjoyed our video. Goodbye.